Hey guys, I am so excited to be recording this video for you. I was writing a blog post and it was all about tips for parents who are now at home with their children due to what is happening and how they can keep their kids motivated and excited to continue their distance learning. And then I thought, okay, everything I'm saying is completely relatable to teachers as well. And I could write a whole nother blog post on that, but I figured I would just come at you in a video. And if you have any questions or comments, then you can leave them, and other teachers can hopefully connect with you and relate because we're all in the same boat. We might be going completely different directions, but we're all in the same boat. We are all distance learning. I don't know of any teachers that are still in the classroom and still teaching. I only know of teachers that are still teaching and they are online. And I will say that I'm one of the very fortunate ones whose children all have devices and all have the internet. And so I am able to connect with them through Zoom daily. We don't all have that luxury. Some of us have to do packets for our kids. Some of us don't get to see them. And I can only imagine what that is like. But I'm going to gear this video more toward the teacher that is doing the Zoom videos and doing the technology stuff. If you are doing packets and you are planning all day long, please watch this video as well. Some of it might not apply, but most of it will, because I think that these tips and tricks that I was kind of talking about, like I said, are completely relatable to teachers as well. And I think that if we can really instill boundaries, then this will be something that we can do for the long haul, because that's what we're in. A lot of us have to do this for, 6 or 7 more weeks. So it is what it is. And I know that we're all going to do an amazing job. Now, I just want to say, you're seeing this video with my house behind me. You don't see the laptop I have sitting on 2 fake candle pillars because my laptop isn't tall enough for where I teach. So yes, it is sitting on 2 candle pillars. And you know what? That's what works for me. So I don't want you to think that I have anything fancy, because I definitely do not, but I am doing what works for me. So I wanted to kind of just jump in and share a couple of the tips that I thought about for parents, and I think that they are also relatable to teachers. So the first one was to limit your distractions. Look, I have 4 cats and I have a dog. So yesterday during my Zoom meeting, the dog wanted everybody to know that FedEx was at my house. And it happens. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but yesterday he just wanted everybody to know that FedEx was there and he was going to protect us. And so I just told my kiddos, please wait, calm the dog down, came back into the meeting, and it wasn't a big deal. I didn't make it a big deal. So I try to limit the distractions. Something that I really had to do, because in the beginning, I admit it was completely out of control. I needed digital quarantine for myself. And that was one of the things I said for the tips and tricks for the kiddos, is maybe you aren't on your phone so much, or you aren't on your computer as much doing your leisurely things because you have to be on that computer all day long for teaching, which is something that we're not used to. So I think that for me personally, limiting my devices and limiting the time that I am on them has really helped me be more motivated to get on and do the videos and get with the kids, because I'm not consistently attached to that phone or to that computer. Now, I admit it's still far longer period of a time than I should be on, but I am slowly but surely trying to make sure that I do better, because I need to. All right, tip number 2 was making space for learning. This one was a big one. And my diocese that I work for at my Catholic school, they had a wonderful health program that we could go through, and we got to talk to an RN about various things for our mental health and for our physical health and just overall well-being. And one of the things that she mentioned to me was that I needed to make a space for school. And she asked me, where was I set up? I'm set up on my kitchen table or at the breakfast bar that I have. So she said those are like the two worst places to set up because as soon as I wake up and come downstairs, I'm staring at work and I'm looking at my lesson plan immediately and I'm looking at that computer that I have to get on and do those videos, and unconsciously I'm raising my stress level. So find a place where you can put all of your stuff away. So now at the end of the day, I pack it all up and I have a little cart that is over by one of the windows in my home, and I pack everything up and it all goes on that cart so that I don't have to look at it after I am done with my teaching. And I will say that it has made a difference because now I'm not constantly thinking about working. I mean, I still think about it a lot, but I don't react to it and I don't immediately jump on it and act on it. So I can just make a little note like I normally would and say, okay, I'll take care of that tomorrow. Because if I forget to do something in the classroom and it's 8 o'clock at night, I can't go back. I'll just do it the next day. So I'm really trying to keep that in mind because I just think that we all need to find a space where we can keep all of our teaching stuff. And it definitely should be a different setup than where we're normally eating breakfast or watching television or something like that. Okay, another tip that I had for parents, which I think is a really good one, was to maintain snack time and recess. Yes, teachers, we need recess. That's right. If any good has come out of this whole thing of us staying home, I will say I do not miss recess duty and I do not miss lunch duty. I don't. Those aren't my two favorite things, and I don't have to do them, and neither do you. So if you're looking for a positive in all of this, just think about it. No recess duty and no lunch duty, but you still need recess and you still need lunch. So I make a very conscious effort to move my body for at least 30 minutes a day. Most of the time, it is longer than that. Side note, before all of this, I was training for a marathon, and it was going to be the epic marathon. I was going to hit my goal. I had been training. I was on pace. I was so ready, and now it got canceled. So I went from training a lot to not training at all. And then I realized I really need that in my life so I can stay focused and stay motivated. So move that body. I don't care if you put on Beyonce and dance or go for a run or do a walk, lift those weights, whatever you need to do, move your body. It is so important. And eat lunch. I did that the first few weeks. I would honestly just lose track of time. And then it would be 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I wouldn't have had lunch. And then I would eat a snack and then it would be dinner time and I'd wonder why I was starving and I'd eat all night long. So I've been really trying to wake up, move my body. That's my recess. And then also maintain that lunch schedule so I'm still eating around the same time that I ate with the kiddos. Plus, I'm hoping that it'll help me stay on track with all of my health goals as well. Okay, this one is one that I never let go, and I absolutely love it. And that's why I put it in my tips and tricks. Allow yourself to interact with your friends and your coworkers. Because here's the thing, we are social distancing, obviously, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to see anybody. Because I have my group of teacher friends who are the best. And we get on Zoom at least once a week. We have a text message thread that we are always texting on. And what is so wonderful is we talk a little bit about school, but then we talk more about other things. We talk about how we do miss each other, and we talk about the conferences that we want to go to, and we talk about how we can show good leadership when we come back, and we're brainstorming about things that we can do to make our classrooms better. We're talking about super fun things that we're able to do with our families, and we talk a lot about our pets because they're awesome. And so we just talk about things that we wouldn't usually talk about. So I think that one of the really cool things is through all of this, I'm getting to know my coworkers a lot more than I actually would if I was in the classroom, because I don't see them very often on campus. I'm on one side and they're all the way on the other. But I have my teacher friends who I text and we call and we Zoom all the time. And it has been an absolute lifesaver. I highly recommend inviting your friends to Zoom, doing a little happy hour, getting to know each other. It'll be so much fun. So much fun. I also put on here that you should not underestimate the power of your schedule. And you shouldn't. That goes back to the whole lunchtime thing. So I would forget to eat lunch. Okay, I wouldn't forget. I'd be starving all the time. But I would just grab a quick snack, and then 20 minutes later, I'd grab another one. And 30 minutes later, I'd grab another one. And I never eat a full meal. And it just really messed me up. I was feeling sluggish. I was so tired. I just didn't feel good. I went back to not feeling 100%. And then once I realized, hey, you're really not eating breakfast, because I was waking up too late, chugging coffee, trying to move my body before Zoom, and then barely making it onto the Zoom, and then doing all of my work. No. Now I wake up on time. I have my coffee and my breakfast. I move my body. I have plenty of time after my workout to get myself together for Zoom, get everything situated. I have my Zoom with my kids, and then after that I work, and then I have lunch, and then I work a little bit more, and then I wrap up my day. And I wrap up my day around the same time that I would wrap up at school. So I'm contracted at work until 3:30. Now, we all know that we go over contract hours. Of course we do. And I'll admit that I still do some work on Saturdays, and I still do a little bit on Sundays. But I try to end my day between 3 and 3:30 every single day so that I can still walk the dog, can still watch a television show, and I can still do chores around my house, because I'm here all day. So I don't want to live in a pigsty. So I think that it's very, very important to get that schedule down and really try to stick with it. All right. Speaking of the schedule, you've got to schedule time for fun. Now, here's the cool thing. I teach TK, and my kiddos love to have a good time. But I don't think it matters how old they are, because whether you teach TK or first grade or sixth grade, you know your kids and you know what they think would be fun. So you can schedule time to have fun with them. One of my very dear teacher friends had an amazing idea, and it was a scavenger hunt. And so on Fridays, she has a scavenger hunt with her class. And it is so cool. And I want to get more information about that, because not only is it educational, but it is super fun. Last Friday, I took my kids on a virtual field trip to Disneyland. We all wore Disney shirts. We wore Mickey ears if we had them. We popped popcorn, because everybody gets popcorn at Disneyland. And I went on YouTube and we watched a parade. We went on 2 rides. We watched the fireworks. We learned how to draw Winnie the Pooh. We did Disney sing-alongs. We had a blast. It was so fun, because that is stuff we would normally do in the classroom. Now, you have to schedule stuff that's fun for your students, but you also have to remember to schedule stuff that's fun for you. Now, nothing's really open. I get that. So maybe you have a virtual game night with your friends and you guys play Monopoly. Or maybe you have a virtual date night where you go somewhere. I know that there's all these really fun places that are offering like the wine and paint night that you can bring into your home, and you can do that. You can schedule that. There's all kinds of stuff. Maybe fun for you is getting outside with your dog and walking your dog. So whatever is fun for you, that's what you need to do. I will say what I like to schedule for myself is I love the hummingbirds outside my house. And my husband got me these little handheld hummingbird feeders last year for my birthday. And I'm not kidding. I schedule at least 15 to 20 minutes a day to go outside and hold that little hummingbird feeder and try to get them to come and eat out of my hand. And they're getting closer every single day. They've already done it once, But that is my idea of a good time. So that's what I do. I schedule that into my daily routine to make sure that it gets done. And it's something that I look forward to. So I really like it. All right, guys, those are just a few tips and tricks that I came up with just from this whole distance learning thing. And I hope that they can help you as a teacher and as an educator because, like I said, this is tough. This is not easy. This is not a vacation. It is hard. And I know that we are an amazing community of teachers that love to help each other. So if you have any tips or tricks that you want to share, please let me know because I would be happy to share them with everybody else. I think that we are the best when we work together. I am not one that likes to take my information and not share it. I want to tell everybody everything that I know. So if you have something that you want to share, please let the community know. I know that they would appreciate it. Until then, I want to know what you're doing. Are you doing everything right? Are you going to maybe change something after watching this video? Just know that whatever you're doing, you need to make sure that you're doing the best for you and the best for your students. And I know that as long as you're doing that, you are going to be an amazing teacher. So keep on virtually teaching, guys. We are doing a great job.